Long before humanity spoke its first words, before the first spark of fire kissed the earth, there were others, beings that thrived in the in-between places, the gaps between light and absolute nothingness. They were silent watchers, unseen architects of a reality we can't even comprehend. The oldest cultures, the ones who truly understood the darkness, feared to even imagine them. They had a name, one whispered only on fragmented tablets, a word that carried the weight of ages. They were called the Shadowborn. Now, don't get confused. They weren't spirits, or gods, or demons. They were something far, far older, something that existed before the universe even had a concept of shape. For centuries, secret cults sprung up in the forgotten corners of the world, all seeking the same thing. These groups believed humanity was a mistake, a temporary, noisy interruption in a much older, silent kingdom. They hunted for a single, forbidden ritual, the rite of returning. This wasn't some simple ceremony to call forth a monster. No, this was a ritual banned by every civilization that ever discovered it. A ceremony designed not to summon the Shadowborn, but to wake them from their long slumber. And one fateful night, in an abandoned monastery perched high in the desolate mountains, the ritual was finally completed. The moment the last word was spoken, everything went silent. Not a peaceful quiet, but a heavy, suffocating silence that crushed the air. The candles in the chamber didn't flicker, they froze, their flames held in perfect stasis. And then, the shadows began to move. They detached from the walls, no longer bound to the objects that cast them. They drifted like smoke, but bent and twisted like limbs. That's when the witnesses finally saw them. Tall, impossibly thin silhouettes without faces, their bodies contorting in ways that bones and flesh could never follow. They moved without a single sound, yet the stone floor trembled beneath them. Their very presence was a void, draining the air, the color, and even time itself from the room. One by one, the ritualists who had so eagerly sought this moment were lifted into the spreading darkness. Their shadows weren't just distorted, they were peeled from their bodies like skin. Their screams didn't echo, they stretched into impossible, choking whispers that hung in the frozen air. A few terrified survivors managed to escape. They all reported the same thing, a single, chilling phrase whispered not into their ears, but directly into the core of their minds. You opened the door, now we walk again. Since that night, the world has subtly changed. The reports have been trickling in, dismissed as madness or hoaxes, but they are all connected. Children have been heard speaking in languages far older than humanity itself. People have seen shadows that linger long after their owners have walked away. Figures have been glimpsed, standing in doorways where no light exists to cast them. And worst of all, people have begun to disappear, vanishing into corners and closets that should be too small to hold anything at all. You have to understand, the Shadowborn don't hunt your body. They don't care about flesh and bone. They hunt something much more fundamental. They hunt the outline of your soul. And once your shadow flickers, even for a single, fleeting moment, they know exactly where to find you. So next time you see a shadow move when it shouldn't, don't just dismiss it. It might not be your eyes playing tricks on you. It might be them looking back. Thanks for watching. If you want to explore more of the darkness that lies just out of sight, be sure to follow.